James Gunn and Supergirl are driving DC off a cliff. But folks, get ready, it's a narrative shift. Now, supposed insiders and leakers are declaring, yes, there will be more. James Gunn will continue to direct. He will continue to lead DC. And he's even got a leading man who will wear the cowl. The Caped Crusader Batman is stopping on by to save James Gunn from this disaster. You know, you can kind of predict these things, folks. As soon as it gets really bad, the leaks start happening, trying to shift your attention, make you believe things are going down behind the scenes in a good way for DC, James Gunn, and the rest of them. Millie Alcock, you got so many movies to make. Batman is even being cast, and oh, I'm sure Wonder Woman is just A-OK. Folks, click the like button. We'll describe what's happening behind the scenes right now. Holy narrative shift, Batman. Would you look at this? Supergirl is having a bad time. DC is having a sad time. James Gunn might be done. So they're flipping the pages across the Access media. Trent Moore reporting this. Supergirl is fun, and it's a shame it bombed, but it was an odd choice for the DCU's second movie. Yeah, out of, what is this?
You have to understand, Pro, it was the best script that's ever been written.
Oh, definitely.
Not just because it was written by a hand puppet writer with no credits that James Gunn could just have do whatever he wanted so that he could shadow write this movie and not claim to be the writer of all the DC movies. No, that's not it at all.
Mark, would you say that Static on TV, though, would you say that this was a successful effort on their part to save Supergirl?
Probably not, no.
All right, let's go to Under the Radar. Under the Radar says this one, Supergirl is better than you've been led to believe. Don't believe the backlash, says Mark Redfern.
That is your opinion, Mark Redfern. Like that's the thing. Like when you're doing a review, you're presenting your opinion. Other people might not agree with it. Like that's absolutely infuriating when people try to say that people are wrong for saying the movie is bad.
Marv, do you think that one was effective? Did that win that strategy?
Absolutely not.
All right, let's go to strike three then. Paul Tassi, Forbes, coming in to save the day, says, who is Tom Brittany? The DCU's latest viral confirmed Batman. Oh, so Gunn might be done. We might end in the next film, but we're going to pretend otherwise, and we're going to get people not talking about Supergirl by switch. Oh, comic book fans are nothing if not predictable and led around by a parade of insiders who report what's going on behind the scenes of various projects, he said. First, the validity of the rumor. Talking about this Batman thing. This was all started by a report from industry figure John Campea. Generally reliable about this sort of thing, who says he knows the name, one he, quote, wouldn't have guessed, unquote, and he had heard it from a number of sources who all said the same actor. This was later expanded on by another insider, My Time to Shine, who confirmed it was Tom. The Tom in question is Tom Brittany, the square-jawed actor who has been tossed around a few times, but is not a known name nor a frequent fan cast like Brendan Skeletor, or a mentioned A-lister like Jake Gyllenhaal. Okay. So Campea and My Time to Shine. Marv, they never cite us, even though we get it right like 93% of the time. It's amazing, but you know.
Well, Campea, is known for such amazing insight as James Gunn's definitely leaving once the Ellisons take over. I don't actually know that for sure, but I'm 100% sure.
You know.
And My Time to Shine, hello. Was he the one that said the thing about the Hunter Schafer playing Princess Zelda, which I completely obliterated?
I think My Time to Shine, the last time we looked at it, My Time to Shine was like at a 50% accuracy rating on Scoops.
I don't remember if it was My Time to Shine or Daniel RPK, who I completely obliterated when I exposed that the Hunter Schafer thing was a lie.
By the way, if you're at 50% on Scoops, you could just flip a coin and get there. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm not trying to throw aspersions, but I do want to watch what Campea had to say. And then let's talk about the overall strategy here, because I think the strategy is to move away from Supergirl. Because if you think about it, okay, think about Nope. Let's play it first, then I'll explain.
Holly Wan Kenobi writes, who is Batman? I think I know who Batman is. I think I know who the DCU Batman is. I think
Bruce
they've
Wayne.
cast him. I had somebody.
Such good
write
dramatic
to me
pauses.
about a particular person that they believe it just got cast. I get a lot of those. I don't pay attention to a lot of them. But then I heard from somebody else who's a little bit more well-positioned that verified that it looks like this is the guy. And he doesn't know the first person I talked to at all.
Who is this?
Hang on, let me see if I can do an impression. Caro, this is John Campea. All right, so he's a YouTuber, and you know he's John Campea. We'll be nice.
I think he does know James Gunn personally, because he was saying like, everything I know about James Gunn, I know he's definitely gonna leave when the Ellisons take over because of Trump.
Here's the thing, Caro. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. I'm not trying to do a Campea impression anymore, folks. I'm thinking about how so Supergirl just flopped, like massively, and DC is in shambles. Superman underperformed, and that's in congressional testimony. Man of Tomorrow may be the last film for James Gunn, and Campea is pretending, or at least he's putting it out there, that they're casting Batman. It's like, are you guys serious? Are you pretending that there's an actual casting of Batman? There's probably not going to be a Batman movie. Like, James Gunn is probably done, and we're pretending now. Marv, you hang on, Marv. It's Caro's turn, darn it. I know we'll get Marvin in just a second, but Caro, they're already pretending that Batman's going to be cast. It's very unlikely. Wonder Woman's probably not going to happen. Your thoughts?
I don't think it's going to happen at all. And even if James Gunn gets to do it, he's going to like try and like bring the 70s into it, because that's what he keeps doing with everything that he's coming out with. And I really don't even think he actually understands these characters or what makes them important or what draws us to them. Because like the way that they depicted like Superman was not charming or, you know, full of hope like he should have been. Same thing with Kara, like that didn't happen either. I mean, I'm happy that Guardians of the Galaxy did really well. That had its own charming thing, but I think that's his one trick pony at this point. And trying to do that to like every IP is going to get old real fast. I think maybe he should take a break and just go do something completely different. Like, it
also begs the question, you know, Ike Perlmutter would have been helping overview Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, James Gunn without guardrails may just fail. I mean, just may totally fail. Marv, get in there. What were your thoughts on the Batman thing?
So here's the thing. If they fire James Gunn, I don't know if they reboot the DC again. I don't think you can. I think you continue with David Cornsweet. I think you push Supergirl to the side, and I think you continue with the plan, but you do it creatively in a different way than James Gunn was planning on doing it. I think you retcon things like Jor-El sending him to be a conqueror and all that other stuff. Like,
that was so lame. That was unbelievably lame.
You make it a trick of Brainiac or something. I don't know. Whatever you do. Whatever you do to do it, you just do it. But I think that they are still going to move forward with Batman the Brave and the Bold, which I firmly believe, because now James Gunn has said they're not going to move forward unless he's personally happy with the scripts. I think what's happening is this is a movie that's been talked about since before The Flash came out. I think that he is getting scripts for this movie and sending them all back because they're good Batman stories, and he doesn't like Batman.
Yeah.
He has said repeatedly he hates Michael Keaton as Batman. He thinks Batman is boring. He thinks every Batman story's already been told.
Okay, wait. If you think Batman's boring, I have to analyze your brain. I'm sorry. There's nothing boring about Batman. In fact, if you think Batman's boring, you don't understand Batman.
Hey, bingo. And every story's ever been told. You've never done the Bat family in a decent way on screen before. Like, you're launching into a movie. First of all, you're launching into a movie way too late in the game. This should have been the second movie out the door. It should have been Bruce encountering young Dick Grayson and making him Robin, and then moving on from there. Instead, they're doing Damian because that's James Gunn's favorite Robin. It's going to be a mess, 100%. But I am convinced that if it's a good Batman script, he's not making it. He wants his fingerprints on Batman, and that is the last character on Earth that James Gunn should have his hands on.
I don't know who can gatekeep Batman, but gatekeep him. Gatekeep him hard. Like, protect the Bat. Well,
and I'm telling you, they're waiting to say that, James Gunn will write and direct the Batman movie, because technically it's still Andy Muschietti on paper, and we all know it's not Andy Muschietti. Like, after The Flash, they fired him. Let's be real here, guys. He's even, alluded to it in interviews where he's like, oh, I'm not really allowed to say anything, but he's taking other work. He's working on it stuff. Like, it is 100% not Andy Muschietti. So there's all this stuff going on with DCU and Batman. Honestly, they should have just made Robert Pattinson the Batman of the DC universe, and I don't care if Matt Reeves has some artistic vision for it. Like, you had a Batman, people kind of liked it. Just go with it. Just you need the three pillars to make DC work. You need Superman, Batman, and Wonder Woman. They have dragged their feet on Batman. We don't know if we're ever getting it. James Gunn cannot get his hands on it. That is a given. Also, Wonder Woman is being made, but guess who the writer is, guys? It's Anna Nagira, the one who wrote Supergirl.
Is it being made, though? I mean, she was just interviewed and she said, well, it's actually really early in the game. Like, I don't even think it's being made. I think they're just trying to save face now and not admit that it's been, indefinitely paused. But look at the James Gunn situation, Marv. Superman didn't make money. It might have broken even. Supergirl is going to be, they're calling it a $125 million loss, but we know it's $400 million short of the break even. We've run those numbers. Peacemaker has been backbreaking for DC in terms of anybody having interest. It attacked conservatives in a vicious, awful way. Well, who wants to have Superman on your lunchbox? If you're a 7 or 8 year old, what mom or dad wants to buy that? Well, you're like, well, that's connected with Peacemaker. I'm not. So,
and also, they didn't.
This is over.
They didn't make it known that Peacemaker was going to be a show for adults. They didn't make it known that this wasn't a family-friendly thing. So you see Peacemaker pops up in Superman in a cameo, and then your kid who likes Superman is like, hey, there's this new Superman show out. I remember that guy from Superman. This is in the same universe. I'm going to watch it. And then it's John Cena with swinging man pipe all around his head.
Do we not find it just a little bit suspicious, a little sus, that once Supergirl is bombing this hard, that all of a sudden, and maybe these are legit leaks. Do we not question the leaks then? Like, isn't it interesting that suddenly they're like, well, we got Batman, and you won't believe who's being cast for Batman. Let's leak out who's being cast for Batman. Folks, it's not even greenlit. There's nobody cast because it's not greenlit. One more time.
When you...
So I sent that pic to a Hollywood producer I know. And like, what do you think? So I think I know who it is.
It doesn't matter. The movie's probably not being made, Marvin.
I do think this movie will be made, but I don't think it's going to be made under the current regime because Batman is the only thing they've got left. And, Matt Reeves is pulling a Christopher Nolan and doesn't want his Batman in with other people. And for some reason, they give these people untold power to be able to decide such things.
Because James Gunn is over his head by 1,000. He can't do this.
Yeah, no, he can't do this. It's absolutely clear. Here's the thing, like they're just like, well, they said that Supergirl was a flop. Peter Safran said Supergirl was a flop, but it's all part of the larger strategy, which we remain committed to. And I'm like, why would you still be committed to? You haven't had a win. Creature Commandos came out and no one even knows that it happened. Superman lost money. And yes, I'm sorry, Superman defenders, it lost money. I'm going to trust Ted Sarandos under oath to the federal government than Peter Safran and James Gunn telling lies to me on social media. Now Peacemaker comes out, doesn't even chart on Nielsen, is an atrocious flop. Nobody likes it. John Cena with swinging man pipe around his head. And then you've got Supergirl, which is going to be one of the biggest superhero bombs of all time. It opened under the Marvels, The Flash, Morbius, Snow White had a better opening.
And Joker
finally had opened better than this.
The French viewers are not going to be happy with you, Marv.
Yeah.
Carol, I'm going to be the final word on this. They're going to have to recast. They're going to have to reset this DC universe all over again. This happens again and again. Carol, how do you do it? Like, what do they do going forward if they can James Gunn, if he's done? What do they do going forward to retell these stories after people are like, seriously, are we doing this for the 7th time?
That would be my first thing. Like, we're not retelling stories, right? Like, it's time to move on. I mean, how many times can we see the same origin story for a character again and again? There's plenty of really good storylines that they could pull from, and I would actually encourage them to just do that because, I mean, what is it, like, once every 10 years we get the same origin story for one of the characters? Like, I'm over it. Like, I'm done. Like,
they failed too many times.
Yeah.
And James Gunn, folks, he's as close to done as he can be. Man of Tomorrow, it's going to happen. Anything after that, highly in question.
Man of Tomorrow is not the next thing. Just remember, we've got lanterns this summer.
Oh, yeah. And Clayface, is Clayface before then as well?
Clayface, I believe, is before Man of Tomorrow. I actually think Clayface might be the one chance for success they have because it's low budget horror.
Right. Well, low budget horror means you got to make money, right? You know, one of the greatest things we get to do each and every day is speak out and reach out to folks who don't know how entertainment works. And frankly, we think entertainment matters so much. It's why we do what we do. And you can help us send this out to even more folks. Click that like button, share, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. And wouldn't you know it, folks, we're even on Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/WDW Pro. We've got to go, but until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.